Hello everyone, it is Friday, November 6, 2015. As you can see, I have not made my bed yet. But that's the thing about America is, if I don't want to make my fucking bed, then so be it. But I'm going to make my bed very, very soon here. I'm going to make it. But anyway, I wanted to make a video here. In some of my other gun videos, I was talking about how I'm going to open carry a knife in Denver from time to time, and not always, but just sometimes. Mainly due to the fact that, we have so much corruption in Denver, that's why open carry is illegal. And then I recently found out that Boulder, apparently I need to do some research on my understanding of Boulder and one other. It may have been Fort Collins, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I did not want to wait to pull my knife out of the box. In fact, here. The box is already gone, so I can't even show that to you. But it is just cardboard after all. But anyway. See that? Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, believe it or not, for $12 on Amazon, this is an extremely well-built knife. And I have been watching other videos for this on YouTube, and some of them are saying that it's not very sharp. It's actually extremely sharp. And I'm just barely touching the surface of the blade. I'm not going to press down on it because it probably will cut my finger. But yeah, it's got this jagged edge back here. It feels tough. It feels strong. And they use these screws over here, and this particular material, that this handle is actually, it just feels like a fantastic knife. It feels very, very well built. And then of course this thing right here is for breaking windows. Of course I'll probably never have a need for this because I would never break into anybody's home. I'm actually extremely opposed to home invasions, and so that's why I support open carry. Even though currently it's not illegal to carry inside of your home. But it's a slippery slope, and so the fact that open carry is illegal in Denver, of course, the corrupt politicians are not going to stop there. But I got this cool little clip right here, really, really thick, strong clip. This thing is on there, really, really good. Very strong stuff. This is not Kydex, but it feels very strong, especially when the knife is in there. And then it's got this little clicking mechanism right there. So if you listen carefully, I'll shut up for a second. Hear that? So, it locks in there really good. Now, when you're using this clip, it's probably going to be riding high. But yeah, that's really cool in my opinion. And so yeah, I'm actually going to be editing this video. So I'll be putting videos together. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. And then I'm going to go make a couple more videos, and then I'll just kind of run them together, and so on and so forth. So, hang tight. Hello everyone again. I'm going to go ahead and continue this video. Something that I wanted to cover that I didn't actually mention this. Some people might accidentally think that the handle here on this blade is actually plastic. It's actually not. This blade is actually metal, or it feels like metal. I could be wrong, but it's definitely not plastic. I can assure you of that. The only thing that's plastic about this package would be this particular sheath. That's the only thing that's plastic. And it's probably, it's obviously a very, very strong plastic. There's lots of different kinds of plastics, but the sheath is the only thing that's plastic. The blade, the handle, the screws, the actual blade itself is not plastic at all. And so I just wanted to cover that, and that's probably why it feels like a really, really strong knife. It really does feel good. Something that I recently discovered, and I updated the comments on my other videos. Oh, and another thing too is I also wanted to mention that this is an MTech. In fact, let me get you the official name of it, in case you're wondering on getting one for yourself. I'm definitely opposed to violence. I don't, even when you're in a position where you're going to die if you don't fight back, that person that you fight back against, chances are they have friends and family, and so you're basically creating a lot of emotions, you know, and, you know, more bad things can happen. But you know, I don't like violence one bit. I'm extremely anti-violent. But I definitely believe that every individual should have the choice to make their own decisions about that. And, you know, because this is definitely a cursed world that we live in. But there it is right there, MTech USA MT20-12. Fixed blade hunting knife. It's a black Bowie style blade. Black rubber handle. I don't know why it says that, because the handle is definitely not rubber. It is black. But the blade I got, yeah, that's weird. That's very, very strange. I don't know why it says that. But anyway, I have some more stuff that's still coming. These are batteries for a tactical flashlight, and then this right here is my tactical flashlight, which I plan to mount onto my pistol. And then these are keepers. It's a pack of 4. These are actually for my tactical belt, which I'll get into that in just a few minutes. But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on these items. The battery arrived already, but not the flashlight yet. And then I have my tactical gloves in case I go shooting in the wintertime. Last time I went to the shooting range, I actually got 2 blisters on my trigger finger, and I was not happy about that. But I shot a lot more than I normally do. It was an outdoor range, and they don't have limits on time, but it cost a little bit more to get in there. But yeah, and then I bought these cool boots because I got ginormous feet. I wear size 15, and these particular boots, I was looking at the graph, and it says that they fit as expected. There's a very high probability, 76% fit as expected. So I could have gone with like a 15.5 and a 16, but I went ahead and just stuck with 15, because 15 is what I wear with basketball shoes, and they're comfortable. They're a nice tight fit, but they're not too big as well. So. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'll wear those in the winter time. They're totally waterproof, among other things, so definitely excited about that. But anyway, so I went over the knife, and so I'm going to move that aside there. I recently found out in Colorado it's illegal to have magazines over 10 round magazines. And what's ironic is that my gun actually came with 2 16-round magazines, but goddamn, I hate Hillary. Anyway, among other people, but yeah, so these are, I went back to the gun store and I bought 3 10-round magazines. They were like $41 each. God damn it. But anyway, because I don't like it when government infringes on American rights and free will and all that good stuff, I would have normally just bought 2 of these, but I actually bought 3. And the reason why I did that is because even though I have 16-round magazines, I only load them 15 rounds. And so really it's my rebellious attitude, I guess. That's why I bought 3 10-round magazines. You know, just it's really just a foot in Hillary's ass, among other people, is really all that is. You know, and I'm not threatening the bitch. I'm just saying she's stupid. But Yeah, this is my Condor holster with, these are called Molly straps, and man, I'm learning a lot lately. But yeah, these are some really, really strong straps, and so it's made for like a tactical vest or like a utility belt such as this. And so I'm going to be basically pre-fitting this for my gun, and then when my tactical flashlight, when my pistol rail flashlight arrives, I'll probably have to refit this. But this is basically a universal holster, and so you can size this thing up to accommodate a lot of different size guns. And you know, I recently found out that my Smith & Wesson SE 9mm, I already knew that it's a knockoff of the Glock, and apparently Smith & Wesson has to pay Glock like $7 for every one of these that they sell or something like that. But specifically because there are a lot of different types of Glock, and so I was told by a gun store owner earlier today that this is basically a Glock 19 or a Glock 19 copy, or, you know, like knockoff or whatever. I just ate, so I'm all burpish. Burpish. But anyway, I don't really know what these understraps are for. I'm sure I can figure that out pretty easily. But these Molly straps are what I'll be using with my particular tactical vest. And so I'm going to have some fun with that after I'm done making this video, fitting that for my gun. But it literally adjusts to accommodate, you know, smaller pistols and full-size pistols like what I have. Here's my tactical vest. It's adjustable for a fat ass. Luckily, I'm still not a fat ass like I used to be, even though I've been, you know. But anyway, it comes with two. These here are basically ammo holsters. I haven't, it says on Amazon that they can hold my magazines, so I'll confirm that once I'm, you know, after I play with it. But it comes with two of these magazines, and they're all flattened out right now because the belt is brand new. Haven't even really been messing with it. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'm gonna adjust that for myself and get all of my tactical equipment on there, and I got some more tactical equipment on their way. And in that box, that's just the batteries. My tactical flashlight is actually going to come with a battery, but I decided to buy 2 extras so that I wouldn't have to buy any for a while. And it's probably going to be a long time before I have to change out the very first battery anyway, but I just figured I'd be prepared. These batteries are like $2. You can get a 2-pack for like $2, and shipping was free because I bought this other stuff as well. So I was like, why not? It's $2. Have a couple extra batteries. But anyway, thanks for watching. MassageBF.com. Yeah, we need to support open carry, guys. I'm here in Denver, Colorado, and basically what I'm going to be doing, because it's not a law currently, and if Denver finds a way to make it illegal to be carrying around something like this in the city limits, then I'll have to get even more creative. You know, and it's not about starting fires, it's just, let's face it, you know, we need to not yield at the feet of people who don't want to control themselves. That's precisely the problem, people who do not want to control themselves. And so, you know, obviously, you know, too many people, this is probably one of the main reasons for why I can't open carry this anywhere within Denver, you know, like county. Obviously, one of the biggest reasons is because too many people were calling the cops for no reason, and I have no doubt there were probably some true knuckleheads out there who were, you know, not keeping their gun in their holster, which is stupid in my opinion. If you don't have a reason to pull it out, then don't pull it out, for crying out loud. But, you know, there's definitely a lot of stupid people out there who definitely called the cops before this became a ban in Denver. And, you know, they're bothering the police officers, and they're making them come out and respond to something that doesn't need to be responded to. You know, and that's obviously, you know, that obviously had a lot to do with why this is now banned. You know, so, but yeah, that's dumb, and I don't believe that we should be yielding at the feet of the people who play games. You know, I believe that we should be bold, but we should do it in an organized fashion. We should do it respectfully. You know, I'm not saying that we need to be rude to the rude people who, you know, want to tread on us and want to act like, you know, basically a terrorist. That's essentially what you are. If you don't allow people to choose whether or not, I'm not saying that it needs to be a requirement to be a U.S. citizen to be packing heat. All I'm saying is that it should be an individual choice. You know, we shouldn't have laws that ban these things. You know, and if there were more people packing heat, then, you know, less people would have died and less people would have been injured in the Aurora shooting. You know, even though he had, you know, much more powerful weapons than a handgun, that very first shot at that shooter, the whole dynamic would have changed immediately. And it would have been a totally different story, especially if just half of the people in that movie theater were open carrying. Things would have went down in a totally different way altogether. And so people are blaming the guns, and guns are not the issue. You know, I can kill somebody with that. I'm not going to, you know, I don't want to do that, but I'm just saying, you know, I mean, I can kill somebody with a cardboard box. If I get creative enough, I mean, let's face it, if I shove that thing down your throat, it's probably not going to make it all the way through your esophagus, and you're probably going to choke on it. You know, I can kill somebody with that plastic. You know, there's lots of things. If I throw this computer at your head hard enough, what do you think is going to happen? You know, especially if you're standing near the edge of a bridge or something like that. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. Let's stop playing games. President Obama is going to be out of the White House early 2017. Let's not play games here. We need to fix this. All right? I, for one, if I'm, you know, in the future, if I'm able to open carry in Denver, for one, I'm not going to be an asshole to the cops, okay? Second of all, and hopefully by then I can have my 16-round magazines, which I still have, you know, but, you know, it's like, you know, hopefully by then, because, you know, if you look at the definition of infringe, and when you look at the Second Amendment, how it's actually worded, it is airtight. It is solid. And so these regulations on magazine, that is an infringement on our constitutional rights. You know, banning weapons in Denver, that's an infringement in our constitutional right. And, you know, I've spoken about, you know, therapists and, you know, all those pills that they subscribe and everything. And, you know, it's not an exact science. A lot of people, just like myself, were diagnosed improperly. You know, I'm not bipolar disorder. I'm not ADHD. I'm not unstable. I simply needed to remove myself from the environment in California so that I can gather perspective. Essentially removing myself from the actual problem, because the problem was not me. Well, not entirely me. I'm definitely guilty of a few things, but, you know, it's all relative. It's all just ripple effects, people messing with each other instead of showing some respect and equality, you know. And so, yeah, you know, I mean, that's pretty much my video. Before it's too long, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Alright, here we go. So I guess I'm going to make another segment for this video. I really want to, you know, shed light on the gray areas or on the dark areas of stuff like this. And so I decided to go ahead and make another video. This time I'm using my front-facing camera on my phone because I want to make sure that I'm actually getting a good shot of what I want to show you. So in the last segment I was talking about how it says on Amazon that my magazines will fit into these little mag pouches that come with this belt, okay? And they do. So the people on Amazon, I got a yes from like 3 different users. So it really doesn't matter. 10-round magazines and 16-round magazines for my particular gun, they're the same size. And this is just another thing that's really ridiculous. And I want to make sure that I don't go too far off the deep end. That little indentation, this is a 10-round mag, but that little indentation, that basically tells me that there's basically a wall right there that's preventing me from loading any more bullets into this magazine. And so the magazine is the same size because it has to be. Otherwise it'd be really, really difficult to shove this thing into my gun and back out again. And so of course it's the same size as a 16-round magazine. So I can confirm I was able to take these off of the tactical belt basically because they're basically independent essentially, but they have Velcro, which is cool, so you get that secure fit. But yeah, see, this one's already loaded, same thing, and so I'm just gonna kind of shove that in there, and I was able to load this just fine without taking these off. But the reason why I'm glad that I can take these off is because I can put them anywhere on the belt that I want. And of course my tactical belt keepers are not here yet. They actually shipped out yesterday from Texas. Actually, quite a few of my accessories that I bought for my little hobby is coming from Texas, which I'm not surprised. These are basically keepers as well, but these are permanently sewed on, and so it would be not too impossible. The whole point of a tactical belt keeper is so that you can run your regular belt through it. Because if I'm wearing this, if I bend over or do certain types of, motions, then of course my tactical belt, it might ride up my waist. And so, that's why it's nice to have keepers, because then you can attach your tactical belt to your regular belt and then it stays in place and it doesn't ride up or down. But I basically slide these over, and so this belt is adjustable on both sides, on this side and on this side. And so I went ahead and this is also Velcro. Okay. So I've already moved, I basically want to adjust the belt evenly on both sides, and so I moved this one over just a little bit, about 1 inch. And so now I'm basically going to just fold it back down, because I tried to put the belt on the way that it came stock, and it almost goes around my waist. I'm pretty fit. I'm basically a 36, essentially. That's my waist size, or a 36 when I'm not bloated, a 36 is kind of big. But if I'm wearing a belt, especially one that's this thick, then that should be fine. And so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move this back over. So now I'm going to adjust this side. So basically I'm just going to pull the Velcro just like that. And I guess this video is going to be longer than I expected. But alright, I might be setting a new record here on video duration. But alright, so there's that. And so now I'm just going to fold it back over, and so I'm basically creating a new crease, but let me make sure I get it so I want it to be straight. Okay, there we go. That's better. So now let me try it on, see what happens. Yeah, see, check that out. Bum 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 bum. It's alright. Before I make myself look like a total douchebag. Never been good with dancing in public, but anyway, I tell you what though, if we ever get open carry totally legal in the United States of America, which it should be, then I will dance in public. I will dance like I've never danced before in public if open carry ever becomes totally legal. in Colorado so that the police can go ahead and stop, you know, infringing on our rights, on our federal rights. God-given rights, if you ask me. But, yeah, I'll dance in public. Although I'm gonna be looking like a total douchebag, I'll still do it. So anyway, there's that. And, so yeah, I'm gonna stop this segment right here, and then I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Alright, hello everyone. Check this out. Say hello to my little friend. So, who's your daddy, huh? Alright, so I put this bad boy on the back here, but then I thought, I was like, if it's back there, then I guess I'm just kind of pushing for somebody to actually take my knife. But yeah, so I moved it up here, and from this position, if I want to try and bend over or something, that's going to get in my way, you know, but I can slide. As you can see, I have 2 more 10-round clips right up in here. Well, I don't know if you could see that, but see, they're right there. Alright, so that's 10, 20 rounds right there. Even though in Colorado it's illegal to have 16-round magazines, 2 of them, you know, I'm still carrying 30 rounds on my persons right now. I'm simply doing it legally. Simply exposing a loophole. Yeah, I've got my knife, and of course, whenever I'm in county limits, Denver county limits, I'll leave my holster on the belt, which is probably going to attract attention, but that's really not my problem now, is it? But I'll take my gun out and leave it I'll leave it somewhere where I'm allowed to leave it. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about that. But, yeah. And of course, I got 10 rounds in the gun. So I was actually surprised by just how much I had to adjust this thing. It really is amazing how large of a pistol I can fit in this holster. I had to adjust it a lot in the other direction. So the size of a pistol that this universal holder can handle is enormous. It can handle a huge pistol. But you see how cool that looks? I mean, that looks like a fucking military. Like, I look like a fucking... I basically look like a soldier right now, who's dressed casually. Even though I'm not. But that's basically what I look like. I look like a black ops, or maybe a bounty hunter or something like that, you know. That's not afraid to get a little dirty, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so this is actually really easy. There's that. Okay. Pull my gun out. What's up? What's up? Yeah, you want some of this? But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Don't come in my house. This is my house. Alright, well anyway, like, subscribe, leave your comments, even if they're mean, leave your comments anyway. Thanks for watching. MassageBF.com. Over and out.